RIA Novosti, meanwhile, is reporting that in Syria, roads were closed to the part of the country where clashes broke out. Mainly, this is a coastal line areas, and reports are coming in, by the way, that this pro-Turkish Western-backed terrorist regime in Damascus already executed over 500 civilians, mainly Alawites and Christians, and massacre continues. Some reports are suggesting that more than 1,000 civilians were already killed. And you might not believe in this, dear friends. You might not believe in this, but EU commented on these developments in Syria, and that's their comment. European Union strongly condemns the recent attacks reportedly by pro-Assad elements on interim government forces in the coastal areas of Syria and all violence against civilians. This and this is official statement of EU, but level of degradation, I mean moral degradation on part of European so-called elites. Can you imagine? Hundreds, potentially thousands of civilians, mainly Alawites and Christians, being killed by this pro-Turkish Western-backed terrorist regime in Damascus, and that's the statement that EU is coming up. I mean, this is total disgrace, isn't it? This is total disgrace. No mention in a statement of HTC atrocities. And HTC is a terrorist group that is forming regime there, right? Main force of that regime. I mean, you tell me what is wrong with the European elites, by the way, but this is clearly total disgrace. Total disgrace, man. And there are so many footages I cannot even share on my Telegram, but many of you probably see those videos when civilians were executed in mass. Kids, females, elderly people were executed in mass. And these terrorists, they are filming this and they are publishing these videos. You know, and they're proud of their actions. I mean, that's how degenerate elements these terrorists are, how disgrace of humanity they are. They are killing civilians and they think they can be proud of that. Unbelievable, man. And EU is coming with such a statement condemning some pro-Assad. What pro-Assad forces, man? Alawites, Christians, Druze, minorities. They have to defend themselves. And yesterday, by the way, reports were that representatives of this Al-Julani, or whatever name of that freaking murderer is, that is formerly leader of this new regime in Syria. So his representatives went to Russian military base in Latakia province, where hundreds, potentially thousands of Syrian civilians were sheltering. They didn't know what to do, and they went to Russian base, and obviously Russian troops provided security for them. And these representatives of terrorist regime in Damascus went into Russian base, and they were telling civilians to go back to their homes, and that they will not murder them. I mean, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I think if escalation continues, at one point, Russian bases will be overwhelmed with refugees, and maybe Russia will even get involved militarily, because I think Russian troops will find it difficult to be stationed there and observe how civilians being exterminated by these terrorists and to do nothing. Russian troops cannot do such a stuff, man. And I'm quite sure leadership officers of the Russian grouping of forces in Syria already asked for permission to open fire on these terrorists. And let's see what kind of decision Moscow will make. But if these atrocities in Latakia continues, at some point Russian troops may get involved, and they might start crushing these terrorist formations. So situation is developing very dangerously in Syria, and as I said, on the very day these terrorists overtook Syria, this country is finished. This country is done. It would not survive as we knew it. It will disintegrate in several parts, and most likely Latakia province will separate itself from rest of the Syria. It seems absolutely inevitable at this point, and more atrocities this pro-Turkish terrorist regime in Damascus will commit, more incentive they will be on part of ethnic minorities to get united, take up arms, and defend themselves, because that's what else they gonna do. Hello everyone, if you find this video interesting and useful, please click that like button, leave some commentary and share with your friends. If you like my work and want to support this project, you can do it through several means. All the links are on this video in the description box and in the pinned comment, including links to my Patreon and Boosty pages, where you can have access to full shows in case you are interested. Thank you.